Let's see how to add 3/4 to 1/6. We're going to do this using a three-step method. The first step, which we call step 1, is to find the least common multiple of the two denominators that we have. In this case, the denominators are 4 and 6. In other words, we have to find the least common multiple of 4 and 6, which we write LCM 4, 6. To do this, one of the easiest methods is simply to write the multiples of 4, which I'm writing here, 4, 8, 12, 16, etc., 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 as well as the multiples of 6, which we can write here. That's 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on and so forth. Now, looking at these two lists, we can see that the least common multiple is clearly 12. And so we can write below LCM of 4 and 6 is equal to 12. And that's our first step done. The second step of this method is to express both fractions as fractions over 12. In other words, we have to express both fractions over the least common multiple that we found in step 1. Now, to do this, remember, our first fraction was 3/4. To do this, we can see that to get from 4 to 12, looking at our list here, we can see that 12 is the third multiple of 4. In other words, what we have to do is multiply 4 by 3. So I write that. But now that I've done that, I have to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. And so 3/4 is equal to 9 over 12. In a similar way, we have to express 1 over 6 as a fraction over 12. And looking back at our list here, that we found in step 1, we can see that 12 is the second multiple of 6. This means that to get from 6 to 12, we simply have to multiply 6 by 2. And again, because I'm multiplying the denominator by 2, I have to multiply the numerator by 2 as well. And so 1 over 6 is equal to 2 over 12. We now move on to the third and final step, which we write step 3. And this involves simply adding the two fractions. This is really the final one. Following what we just saw in step 2, we can see that 3/4 plus 1 over 6 is the same thing, so it's equal to 9 over 12 plus 2 over 12. Because both of these fractions are now written over the same denominator, we can add them simply by adding their numerators together. And so we can write 9 plus 2 over 12. Finally, this leads us to our answer. That's equal to 11 over 12. And we're done.